The Japan International Cooperation Agency isn't known for its sense of humor. The government entity is serious about its mission to assist economic and social progress in the developing world. But an August 6 announcement that the JICA will sell a gender bond to finance women's empowerment in the Third World produced a bull market in guffawing. The unintentional punchline, shouldn't Tokyo be investing those proceeds at home to topple its own patriarchy? One JICA misstep was timing. It unveiled the sale as Tokyo was closing the books on a Summer Games often overshadowed by scandals off the field. A disproportionate number involves sexist comments by top Japanese Olympic officials. The other was to remind us how the drive to empower the female workforce lost momentum on Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga's watch. I don't think it's high on his agenda, says Nobuko Kobayashi, Tokyo-based partner with EY Parthenon, the strategic consulting arm of EY Strategy and Transactions. Certainly, the priority dropped in this administration. Not that Suga's predecessor Shinzo Abe's Womenomics campaign lit the world on fire during his 2,821 days in office. When he took power in December 2012, Abe talked a great game of making women shine. He set an ambitious for Japan goal of 30% of women in senior positions in public and private sectors by 2020. It was a lot of talk, sadly. Abe rarely missed a chance to turn up at conferences sponsored by gender advocacy groups to share his talking points and take a bow. Yet on his watch, Japan fell 19 rungs on World Economic Forum's Gender Gap Index. At 120th, it's dead last among group of 7 nations. The next worst-ranked G7 member, Italy, in 63rd place. Thanks to the pandemic, things are even worse than the numbers suggest. Abe's main gender success, arguably, was increasing female participation in the labor force to a record 71%. Trouble as, most of those jobs were non-regular ones, pay less, offering fewer benefits and little job security. As a result, women have overwhelmingly borne the brunt of COVID-19 fallout. This matters all the more as Suga's Liberal Democratic Party prepares for an election that must be held by October, just as the economy loses momentum. One of the most obvious ways to regain it is redoubling efforts to empower fully one half of the nation, the female half. To figure out what's at stake, I checked in with Kobayashi, who spent years examining these challenges. What can the Suga government do to stop Japan from effectively tying one arm behind its back? Since becoming prime minister in September 2020, Suga has paid lip service to the idea Womenomics is important, Kobayashi explains. Abe, after all, latched onto research from Goldman Sachs and others that if female labor participation approached the 80% male rate, then Japan's gross domestic product would get a 15 percentage point boost. Yet action never came remotely close to matching the rhetoric.